Welcome back viewers, Arthmael here with another Diablo 3 video, this time running with my Crusader as part of the most recent seasons it's running at the moment. As you can see on screen, I've also got my Protoss probe going as my little pet follower. He looks pretty cool, and particularly on like these character watch screens you can actually keep him on the screen and rotate him around, and he looks pretty awesome and does some backflips every now and then, which is pretty cool. Hopefully you'll do one for us shortly before we start the video. But I'm having a look at Crusader and taking advantage of the Seeker of the Light set, so using all the hammers and I suppose a version of a hammer din sort of thing. This particular one is sort of like my Thor's lightning hammer. I really want to try out a fire version of it, but this particular version I find is working quite well at the moment. I was hoping our probe would do a little bit of a semicircle, but he's not going to, so we'll jump into the game so we can have a look at some of the gear that I'm running and then look at skills and that sort of stuff. So as mentioned, we're using the Seeker of the Light set, so I've got the helm, the chest piece, the shoulders and the gloves. Hoping to find more ancient versions of them, and also the pants, but at the moment I'm still progressing obviously with this particular character, so yes, we're running those. We're also running the braces, which your Blessed Hammer hits 3 or fewer enemies, 100% of its wrath cost is refunded. Not that I find that I've got a lot of problems with wrath at the moment, but these particular braces are one of the better ones that I've found so far. For the belt, I'm running Judgment gains the effect of the Debilitate rune through the new Sacred Harness. For the weapon, we're running Cam's Rebuttal so that we can cast our Falling Sword twice within 4 seconds. For the shield, we're running the Hell Skull. It gives us 10% increased damage while wielding a two-handed weapon. Boots, we're running with the Ice Climbers just so we can have that immunity to freeze and immobilizing effects. For our rings, we're running the Convention of Elements. In this particular one, I've got socketed the legendary gem for Wreath of Lightning, so to go with that lightning sort of hammer build. My other ring, I'm actually running at the moment an Eternal Union, just because I am taking advantage of the Phalanx, because they pretty much stay up the whole time. I really want to find something different to use, and I really want to try and get back into finding a different way to make this build work, but at the moment this is pretty good. It's also an ancient legendary, which is quite handy. In that, we're running legendary gem for Bane of the Powerful, so we have the increased damage against elites and just general increased damage after killing an elite pack. My amulet, I still need to find a replacement, but it has got some pretty good stats on it. In that, I've got the legendary gem for the historic alteration, so this is just to give us a bit of survivability and make sure we don't die too easily. Having a look at our actual legendary powers we've extracted from Kanai's Cube, using Joanna's argument, so increasing the attack speed of Blessed Hammer by 100%. For our armor, we're actually using the belt extracted one for Blessed of Hall, I think that's how you pronounce it, so that Justice spawns a Blessed Hammer when it hits an enemy. You'll see that I pretty much just run Justice a lot of the time, unless I get into some elite packs and that, where I'll actually run the Blessed Hammer skill, but pretty much Justice creates the Blessed Hammers for us and just has it running all the time. Jewelry, we're running the Ring of Royal Grandeur, so we can get the 6 set bonus from the Seeker of the Light set. So the Seeker of the Light set obviously takes advantage and gives you bonuses to Blessed Hammer, Falling Sword and Provoke if I was to use that, but I don't actually use Provoke in this particular build. All of these are all getting bonuses based on me just using my Blessed Hammer and Falling Sword skills. So having a look at the skills, so we're running Justice with cracks, so every time we cast Justice we also cast Blessed Hammer. Blessed Hammer running Thunderstruck, again keeping with that lightning sort of Thor thing. For our phalanxes, we're running Bowmen, so we constantly have our archers out, and they're sort of like our little league of heroes that follow us around. Staple for most Crusader builds, Steed Charge with Endurance. For lore, I'm actually running the Laws of Valor with critical, so I get the increased critical attack, critical hit damage. I have tried a few different laws, but I'm finding this one seems to work the best at the moment. Falling Sword, we're using Rise Brothers, so we're actually getting the additional avatars to come out and fight for us, and they do a heap of damage and actually do keep packs sort of held up and blocks them and that sort of thing for us. For our passive skills, we're running Heavenly Strength so that we can wield a two-handed weapon in one hand. Finery, the Holy Cause passive skill, so we have that increased 10% damage, as well as whenever we do holy damage, which is pretty much just by our justice at the moment, we're getting some sort of life regain. And then blunt, so that we can increase the damage of justice and blessed hammer by 20%. So I'm running at Paragon 309, so at the moment I've been focusing mainly on a little bit towards with movement speed and the rest into strength. For offense, we've pretty much gone with all into critical hit and the rest into critical hit chance. With defense, we've looked at pretty much life to start with and then resist all. I've toyed around with a few of these, but I've seemed to find these work the best for me and my survivability at the moment. For utility, we went straight into resource cost reduction because we want to be able to spam the hammers more, and then area damage so that we do that increased damage when the hammers hit. So with that all in mind, let's see how our Thor's hammer build actually runs. So we're running in a Torment 7 rift at the moment. I have gone a lot higher, but I find that this seems to work the best and can clear things quite easily. So we'll trigger our phalanxes, and we've got an elite pack already. And as you can see, the hammers just sort of spawn everywhere and kill everything. A Wreath of Lightning is working quite well as well, so it sort of keeps things electrified to get anywhere near me. Sword again now, I think. You can see our little avatars are sort of running ahead too and killing things as well. I'll just take a second to show you how the Justice works. So now, when I actually cast Justice, you can see the hammers are actually triggering out. I'm not actually running, like I'm not actually using the Blessed Hammer skill at all. It's all being promoted from when I hit an enemy with Justice. So. Okay, let's go down a bit further, see if we can find some more. Okay. Now this is my version of the Crusader running with Mjolnir. I think that's how you pronounce Thor's hammer. My Mjolnir hammer build. Keep forgetting to cast my phalanxes, which that just sort of shows you that they're not crucial to the build. It's just something that I've got as part of my gear so far for this season. Like, I really do want to find something a little better, but haven't had that much of an opportunity to play the season this time around, so I'm just going to go with what I've got. So. I'll also show you how fast we can actually do Blessed Hammer with Johanna's weapon. It goes so quick. Creates so many hammers. Anyway, we've got to keep moving. I'm going to try and finish this rift. Another set of elites, so we'll drop our falling sword, our avatars come out and sort of clear up the rest for us. You get it pretty wild sometimes. Clearly. The best bet is sort of to try and get in the middle of everything and obviously just spam your hammers continuously. It reduces the cooldown then of your falling sword, so you can cast it more often, get more copies of your phalanxes. and go from there. Nice big group here. Becomes pretty wild with all the lightning and everything else, but it's effective. 2 sets of elites here, so we've got both. We'll actually drop our archers and do our Law of Valor so that we do some massive damage all at once. And we got ourselves a legendary finally. Shoulders, but that's better than nothing. And we've got an upper barrack again. A bad map and not bad density, so we'll see how long it takes us to get to this Rift Guardian. Oh, big patch, that's all we want. And we've got some elites over here. And we've got another set item. Hopefully something decent. So if you've seen any of the other videos, it's pretty erratic all the time, and this is no different. This build sort of gets a bit crazy sometimes, running around, spamming hammers, trying to avoid some of the more major damage, but also again trying to put some groups together and take advantage of the AoE damage that it can do with the hammer spinning around. So 2 sets of elites again here. Might hit our laws, so we can do a bit of intense damage, get them all out of the way. And we must be about to call the Rift Guardian. Here we go. My little probe's following me here. Not that he doesn't do anything, but still, it's pretty cool having him follow us around. The Rift Guardian is about to die. Just like that. Very nice. And I want to pick up all this stuff actually. So that's pretty much it. That's my Hammerdon, Thor's hammer, Mjolnir's build. Works really well. And like I was saying before, it's really based off of us casting Justice with that belt and having the ability, like, just casting Justice for it to create Blessed Hammers, which sort of cover the whole from one end of the screen to the other if need be. So there you go. That's the build for the time being. We'll be back, well, I'll be back hopefully with another video in the next few days. Thanks for watching. Hope you got a few tips and pointers from it. Again, this is just what I've got so far going as part of the season build for this Crusader. It can be way more refined, and I intend to do that hopefully in coming videos, but this is where I'm up to so far. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.